San Francisco. The Golden State Warriors have had a hard time mustering up energy and effort at a consistent level through the early portion of this season. It's what Draymond Green pointed to when the defense failed to stop the Denver Nuggets, and it's what Steve Kerr has emphasized needing more of, especially in winnable games. But if there's one guy who hasn't had a problem with that, it's been second-round rookie Will Richard. In the Warriors' 114-83 win over the Indiana Pacers, a game that looked dicier than the 31-point difference indicates, Richard came off the bench to give the Dubs 15 points on 4 of 8 from the field, 7 of 8 from the free throw line, and a plus 19 plus minus in 19 minutes. Golden State couldn't find separation from the undermanned and depleted Pacers coming off a back-to-back. But Richard's stretch at the start of the fourth quarter gave Golden State a good combination of defense, IQ, and hustle, helping the team to a game-deciding 21-11 run. After the game, veteran center Al Horford, who is also a big part of the run to knock off the feisty Pacers, talked about the energy Richard brings when he gets into the game. It's amazing because he'll go from not playing or not having any stretch. And then when he comes in, he's ready, Horford said. He's cutting, he's hitting threes, he's getting on the break, he's defending, he does a little bit of everything. I've been very impressed with his maturity and how he's been able to handle all the tasks that we throw at him because it's very unpredictable. Over the last 3 games, the shooting guard from Florida has averaged 19.0 points, 4.3 rebounds, and 2.0 assists on 40% from distance. In his post-game presser, Richard talked about the pride he takes in making an impact whenever he checks in. Just making an impact, whether that's on the offensive or defensive end. Spreading the floor and doing stuff like that, Richard said. I grew up watching the Warriors, so for me, Steph and Dre and all of them, they made my childhood. So I feel like every time I'm on the court, I need to pay that back by going out there and playing as hard as I can. How Will Richard has climbed into Steve Kerr's rotation. It's hard for a second-round rookie to make headway into a contending team's rotation, especially in a system as complex and intricate as Steve Kerr's. But Richard's been more than up to the task, understanding his role and operating seamlessly and intuitively next to Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler. Early on in camp, you could see he really knew how to play. He's constantly making the right cut, the right pass, he's solid, Kerr explained. His fundamentals are fantastic. You can see all the experience he's had in big games. Will, he's a ball player, and we're excited to have him. He's going to contribute quite a bit for us this year. A big part of why Richards picked up the Warriors system so quickly is his experience at Florida. Richards spent 4 years in college, his freshman year at Belmont, and the rest helping the Gators contend in March. Richard played a huge part of Florida's national championship run just months before joining the Warriors. Those are the big games, the high-leverage situations, Kerr points to whenever he's asked why Richards come along so fast. But for Butler, he cited the 22-year-old's curiosity and IQ as to why he's been able to make an impact for the Warriors. He's hella smart, Butler said. But the thing I love most about Will is his ability to listen. You tell him what to do to the best of his ability, he's going to do it. Whether it's on offense or it's on defense. It's really hard to try to please everybody, because you could be told 5 things from 5 different people. And he's the type of human being that's going to try to do all 5 of those things everybody is telling him. They could totally contradict each other. But he's a hella-fi listener, and whatever you tell him to do, he understands it's to win. So he's going to do it, and he just looks incredible. Richard's role on the Warriors moving forward. As Kerr said, Richard has climbed his way into the Warriors' rotation moving forward. But how many minutes he'll get on a night-to-night basis will depend on the matchup. While he's already leapfrogged Gary Payton II and Guy Santos in the pecking order to a degree, the Warriors are a team that changes its rotation depending on the matchup. Kerr's gone on the record about how Payton plays better when Curry's on the floor, so, with a 2-time MVP returning to the fold, things could change. And things will definitely get interesting once DeAnthony Melton fully recovers from ACL surgery. Will Kerr lean on the veteran Melton's experience, or will he continue to ride the hot hand with the ascending Richard? For as impressive as Richard has looked, he's still a rookie. He'll have a couple of moments here and there where his youth shows. In important games, it's far more likely Kerr trusts a guy like Melton, who's been in playoff games. Regardless, it's clear Richards an NBA-caliber player. That's already far and above what they were expecting of him as a second-rounder. I'm just impressed with how quick he's picking everything up. How used to he's getting playing in the NBA, Horford continued. Because it's not an easy transition. And to be a part of a team that's a veteran team, he's coming in and finding his way. It's not that simple, you know? If you're on a bad team and doing those things, it's kind of expected. To be on a contending team like us and doing what he's doing, that's impressive. As Horford and Butler gushed about, Richards' IQ and curiosity will take him far in this league moving forward. The Golden State Warriors have gotten off to a decent start in the 2025-26 campaign, as they have posted a 6-5 record through their first 6 games. As the season rolls on, the team is expected to turn things up a notch, and it would certainly help if they could get superstar point guard Stephen Curry back on the court. Curry has missed the past 3 games with an illness, which has put the Warriors in a tough spot, as replacing his production is easier said than done. However, with the team preparing for a big contest against the Oklahoma City Thunder on Tuesday, Golden State has received a big update on Curry's status that will surely catch fans' attention. Stephen Curry expected to play versus Thunder. In his 17th NBA season, Curry has looked like his typical self for the Warriors. In 8 games, Curry is averaging 26.8 points, 4.3 assists, and 3.6 rebounds per game, while shooting 45.4% from the field. As is usually the case, Curry is leading the league in 3-point attempts, 11.3, and 3-point makes, 4.4, per game, which is good for a 38.9% on shots from behind the arc. Even though he's now 37 years old, Curry is still the player Golden State's offense revolves around, and without him, it makes things a lot tougher on his teammates to succeed. Having another proven superstar in Jimmy Butler certainly helps, but so much of the Warriors' offense is predicated on Curry taking and making loads of threes. Unsurprisingly, the Dubs suffered a pair of losses to the Sacramento Kings and Denver Nuggets in their first 2 games without Curry, before picking up a 31-point win over the battered Indiana Pacers on Sunday night. A clash with the reigning champions looms on Tuesday night, and it looks like Curry will be back in action, as he was removed from the team's injury report on Monday. Steph Curry is cleared to return tomorrow night in Oklahoma City. Not listed on the injury report at Thunder, Anthony Slater of ESPN shared in a post on X. Stephen Curry, Warriors looking to make statement with win versus Thunder. The Warriors can stay afloat without Curry, but they need him in order to play their best basketball. And if there's ever a time to put together a strong game, it's against the Thunder, who have coasted to a 10-1 record to start the new season. If Curry can put together a strong outing in his return to action, Golden State will have a shot to come out on top in this win. The beginning stages of the 2025-26 season for the Warriors are all about getting everyone on the same page. There are several important new faces in town, and it takes some time for players to get used to their teammates' tendencies. Against Oklahoma City, the Dubs will find out just where they stack up against the top team in the league currently. Tip-off for this game is scheduled for 8 p.m. on Tuesday. Could LeBron James finish his career alongside Stephen Curry in the Bay Area, or return home to Cleveland for one final run? That question reignited this week after The Ringer's Zach Lowe said on The Zach Lowe Show that multiple teams are already discussing the possibility of hosting the Los Angeles Lakers Superstars Farewell Tour, with the Cleveland Cavaliers and Golden State Warriors both in the conversation. Now, what happens after the season?
Lowe said,
I know people with the Cavs who are looking around like, you want to do a retirement tour? I know people with the Warriors are looking around like, hey, you want to fulfill that dream over here? Dallas, that was a rumor. We'll see what happens. Lowe's comments have sparked new speculation around James' uncertain future in Los Angeles, as the 40-year-old superstar plays out the final year of his $52.6 million contract with a no-trade clause that gives him complete control of where, and if, he finishes his 23rd NBA season. Warriors among teams with best odds to land LeBron. While Lowe's remarks put Cleveland in the sentimental spotlight, oddsmakers say the Warriors' interest in LeBron is very real. In October, online sportsbook Bovada released betting odds with the Dallas Mavericks are the current favorites to acquire the four-time MVP at -120, followed by the Cavaliers, +350, and the Warriors, +450. The New York Knicks, +550, round out the top four, with the Miami Heat and the Phoenix Suns both listed at +900. Golden State's pursuit of James dates back to the 2024 trade deadline, when the team quietly explored the possibility of trading for him, according to Jake Fisher of the Stein Line. Fisher reported that the Warriors reached out to the Lakers multiple times over the past 18 months regarding James' availability, though those conversations never advanced beyond early discussions. Veteran NBA insider Mark Stein later revealed that LeBron's longtime agent, Clutch Sports CEO Rich Paul, advised both franchises to shut down the idea entirely. It is believed the Lakers would have reluctantly entertained trade conversations if James wanted them to seriously engage Golden State, Stein reported at the time. Yet league sources say the reported talks never got that far, in large part because his agent Rich Paul was adamantly opposed. Paul's reasoning, according to Stein, was to protect LeBron from potential backlash over joining a longtime rival. Sources say Paul implored both teams to scrap the concept, largely because he wanted to insulate James from potential backlash over switching teams for the fourth time in his career, Stein added. Steph-LeBron Olympic chemistry. The idea of a LeBron-Curry partnership may have seemed unrealistic before, but their chemistry at the 2024 Paris Olympics renewed interest in what such a pairing could look like. Under Team USA head coach Steve Kerr, who also coaches the Warriors, James and Curry shared the floor as teammates for the first time and thrived together on their way to a gold medal. All the battles we've had, the fact that we actually got to be teammates, I think there's a deepened respect and friendship there, Curry told People magazine in September 2024. After the Olympics, Curry posted a photo celebrating with James and Kevin Durant, captioned "Same team, winning team," a post that went viral and further fueled fan speculation. While Curry has avoided openly lobbying for LeBron, his comments hinted at mutual admiration. Hopefully, there will be more experiences in the future, even if we're teammates or not, Curry said. I think we motivated each other even more for however much longer we have left playing. During the Olympic run, James often played as Curry's facilitator, creating highlight reel moments that showcased how seamlessly their games meshed, a dynamic that left fans dreaming of a potential NBA version in the Bay.